Welcoming everybody. And the only way I can describe this is the only thing you can do is go with what you know. And that's what we've done in the last couple of days in volatility. We've sat through this. We expected XRP today now to be over $3 and to hold. I told everybody in the last couple updates, especially you can see it in the title as well, even if you didn't watch the video, that we've waited 6 months. XRP holders, get ready for a hold over $3 and a push towards $3.32. And it seems like that's what's setting up. And a couple other things that we've been watching. ACH is finally starting to push up a tiny bit here today, almost about 3%. It hasn't broken out just yet. There's a few of them that we'll go over and take a look to see where the progression's at. But ACH is trying to push out. And once it does, we're going to be pushing up to that 2.43 cents. That's the move that we're waiting for right now. That appears to be loading up. Theta. And these are all ones that have back tested the 4-hour golden cross. Wow, there's a lot of issues right now with the trading view. It was fine before. Okay, maybe it just needs to be restarted. And if this breaks out and it looks like it's starting to break out, we're going to be looking at about 91 cent area. On Theta, and that's just the short term. It's storming where I'm at, so hopefully the power stays on. Storming pretty bad actually. You can probably hear it. And then if file breaks out, we're looking to push up to that $2.95 area on this push. Then we've got the other ones like data, which is up 2.67% right now, starting to push out. This is one that could be much more volatile. But we'll just have to see when it breaks out. Like I said, TradingView right now appears to be loading very slowly. I'm not sure exactly why. I suppose it could be the storms in my area. But yeah, this looks really weird. Let me go into my settings real quick. Let me do the intro, and let me just force stop TradingView and clear it out. Good mid-afternoon, 3:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I thank everybody for tuning in. Was pretty confident this move that's happening right now would happen. Now, does it play all the way through? I don't know. I'm not a wizard, but it's a good sign what we've done so far. And we can only keep looking at the charts in front of us to see exactly where we could end up going. We've been very patient with ACH, very patient with all these data. The next move would be 197, but if it does break out, you could come all the way up to the top of this cup here. And that's all the way up at 2.7, but the first target I'm putting on here for everybody to see. And that's my anticipation when you see these. ZBCN is still consolidating. That's the volatile one, remember. And this one could break down, so that's why I said I don't know if I'm going to hold it forever here. If it breaks this structure down and it proves it to me, like we could put it down and give it a little bit of, so we don't overzealously do what we got to do. But if it, let's just say it breaks this, then I would have no reason to hold it if it breaks that formation. But this is still working on the same thing. It's just behind. So, and then VeChain's working on similar. And we go over here with XRP, and we're going to get deep into XRP because we're finally over $3, and now we're making that push to $3.32. If you bought 10,000 tokens with us at 34 cents, that $3,400 purchase is now worth $30,500. Like, think about that. Our $3,400 purchase is worth $30,000 right now. And everybody continues to tell me, Tom, you're so dumb for holding it. It never moves. It's like, I don't know what they're smoking. Just from last year, it's up 38 cents at the bottom from last year to $3.05. And that was not even a whole calendar year ago. So I'm not sure what everybody sees. But I don't understand that logic. Every day of the week, I'll hand $3,500 over if you're going to give me 30K. Like, the fact people still make fun of us, or me in particular, is an interesting dynamic. I've got so many positions, like I said, I can't tell you guys everything. But I have a lot of stuff that I bought during all the panic the last day or two. You guys know my philosophy here on ACH, File, and Theta. That's part of our group stuff because it's available, and I'm just waiting for these moves. And I told you guys if you're trading with me, but I can't talk anymore. If you want to go on Telegram and learn more about that, please do. Otherwise, it's going to go, and this isn't the format for it. But even the other ones that I have, like leverage that I don't talk about, you know, like the ones like Casper and Axelar, and like I took an IOTA position out in different ways, and XLM and things like all this other stuff that I don't talk about because it's just too overwhelming to try to talk about 75 different things. But I do this all day, every day, and this is what I do. So I stay ahead of this. And once again, I got us in the position here. And go back and watch the last few lives where I literally told you, even this morning when it was all red, it's going to go up. Let it play out. And like even in the titles, I've been just trying to not leave any doubt. Not leave any doubt at all. Like I don't usually do this in the titles. I try to leave it a little bit of a doubt, but I haven't been. XRP holders waited 6 months. Be ready for hold above $3. XRP coils up for up targets $3.32 20 hours ago. 1 day ago, XRP has a move to 332. That's where I kept it open-ended. Tops $3. XRP sets up move to 332 3 days ago. XRP surges. XRP $3. The reattempt. We've been talking, setting up the major bullish move. But in the recent days, this move, not just here but in altcoins, is basically telegraphed to us. Why? In the last day or two, it's been Ethereum. My target, and I said it this morning when Ethereum was only up. Remember, it was teetering with coming back down into the negative this morning when I was doing my live. And I said, I don't care what Ethereum does. That's my technical target. And it's going to hit it regardless. Even if it ends there, it's going to hit it. So I expect all of these altcoins that have the same targets, one by one, I expect them to hit my targets. And I'm going to wait as long as I have to. And then if they don't do it and they fall out, well, it's a loss on the books. But I don't play this game to lose. Like, I don't care if I lose $20, $40, $17, $36 to try to get in the proper position and then reposition as long as I'm on the proper exchange because I'm looking for the home run. Like I said earlier, I had a 20. I still have the 10x long on XRP, the 27x, and I don't talk about it a lot, but it was at $2.90.2. It's cooking. And it was like $1,280 was in that position. It's like a 10,000 or 11,000 XRP position. It's cooking. Absolutely cooking. And I plan on holding that to $3.32, if not farther. But it's like I can't talk about everything because then people are like, oh, this and that. It's just too hard. So like I focus on what I can control with spot. Our group does 1x, period. Some people have the stones to trade, some people don't. But in spot, even if it's in the futures and you do 1x and you treat the position as spot, you can allow it to work. All I've tried to do the last few days is teach patience. Even in a chaotic situation, teach patience. And patience, like I said yesterday, the day before, just sit. If you're in your position, just wait and it's going to pay off. Because even if Bitcoin, if it does have the top of this bull market like I called, and it has a higher target because of the consolidation that was created after we broke out of the cup and handle, that could get us to 143. But my technical target in this bull market, before we ever broke out of that cup, before it was ever finished, before we could ever figure out the rest, was 122,186 was my target for this bull market. That was legitimately the target for anybody who's watching. That was my target. It just happened to create a possibility of going to 143 after the breakout. So you have to honor it. So I'm honoring it. So what I said yesterday is, okay, well, we held 116 twice. Even if we have to come to 113.5 in a bullish scenario to go up, I still think we're going to come up here and do something like that, even if we're bearish. So now we see if it finishes off this pattern, it can double top at 123, maybe get a little higher to 124. Maybe this is just a shoulder and it comes up to a real top. Who knows? Or maybe it just runs straight up. But the key here now is to hold this little, what I'm considering a small neckline at 119K area. That's where we're going to want to hold to try to continue. And looking at the altcoins, it doesn't seem like they're done yet. They haven't, a lot of these haven't finished that move yet. Like, yes, they're starting, but right now they haven't popped out. And I feel like they should finish this move. Nice cup and handle form there, as we can see. And I have no ambition to sell. I'm just going to wait for it to finish the move on some of these. So, let's get into the comments. XRP. I'm just trying to give a generalization of what I see in the market because it is rather volatile. There's no doubt about it. XDC's up 5.29%. XLM's up 3.47 now. DGB's trying to push up. HBAR's up 2.7. The total crypto market cap and the total 3 is very nice looking right now, as a matter of fact. But like, you know, there's a lot in this market that's undecided still. We haven't finished everything, obviously. But I think we still have ways to go here. I mean, I think we still have this next little push. Now, I could be wrong, but XRP seems to have cleared $3 with some spacing. It even back tested initially back to 3. I feel like it's trying to finish this move finally. I really do. Now, we only know when it happens, if it's actually going to happen. Unless it's meant to be like, hey, we're topping out here before we move. And then we just come fucking right down and everything that needs to finish breaking out just doesn't do it. Which does happen sometimes. That's why I said we don't know. But I would like to see that technical move play out. I really would. It's actually 329. I keep saying 332. But I find myself correcting myself every time I do a live. It's $3.29. Let me try to say hi to some of you. Alec, Tony, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your segments with the Dallas Crypto News. Stephen G, Frankie Fresh, thank you both for being in Tom's Army for 3+ months with the XP Meteor, along with the Fine Group, who is also a very trusted mod. Syrian, also another very trusted mod, and also in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So Bad. Thank you so much. Joseph Euler, Ben B, Papa Wheelie, Amanda O'Shea, Joseph Euler, thank you all for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XP Predictor. Clayton, Michael, Easy, good afternoon. Kyle Kupiak, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So Bad. Cape Cod Kyle. Jacoby, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. Flo, good afternoon. Tom, since I sold at 245, should I just wait for the next cycle to buy back in the bear? I mean, you're in. There's no right decision here. How are you going to buy it at 304? If you sold it out at 242, why would you buy it back at 305? Unless it's FOMO or 304. You're in a tough spot, my friend. That's not a position I would want to be in right now. So you're probably out in the pasture. You're out to pasture. What I would be doing is looking for ones that haven't made the big breakout. I would have my eyes firmly on some of these IoT tokens, and no one knows if they're going to actually break out. Because they could just break down. But I would have my eyes firmly on some of these that are waiting on this golden cross, or we think there's still this upward potential in the short term. Now, they could break down, but you are out. You're screwed. I'm not going to sugar it. You're screwed. You certainly can't buy it back right now. I mean, you could, but are you really going to drop an extra? If you have 10,000 tokens and you sold it at 240, are you really going to spend another $6,000 to buy it at 30 or, you know, $3,000 or $3.03, which is $30,000? I don't think so. You're just going to have to see what happens here. That's one thing I've noticed, though, a lot out of my own group is a lot of people are so focused on leverage trading in the group. It's like the spot trading is just nobody cares about. Like, they do, but they don't. Like, there's so much opportunity. Stop getting caught up in leverage. Seriously. And then I got a lot of people who are debating back and forth when I'm trying to tell them this move is going to happen. Even on the back test at 280, it's like, listen, there's opportunity here, but then people want to enter when it gets a little bit higher, and now they're going to end up in no man's land. Like now, if you entered XRP at $3, $3.05 instead of 290 or 280, now you're sitting here going, oh shit. Especially if you did it at 305. Because now you're looking at the red and you're sitting here like, uh-oh. Like, if you're not going to buy it when it's before the rally starts, just look for something else. Otherwise, you're going to get caught in this top-heavy pressure, and it's going to be dangerous. Because they always consolidate every single push up. Always. Especially if it's a sustainable move. Every 2-3%, they'll cut in half or 60% and back test the move. Then they'll go up another 2-3%, back test another 50. So, let's say XRP's up 1%, then it back tests down to like 0.25%. Then it gets up to 3%, back tests to 1 or 1.5%. Gets up to 5-6%, then back tests to 2.5-3%. Then gets up to 10%, back tests to 6-7%. Then it has a surge to 20%, back test to 12-11%. You know, it starts to do that. And then you clear out all of those gaps that are left along the way. That's what Bitcoin's doing right now on the way up. It's also what Ethereum's been doing the whole way up. Like it actually, I should have just bought Ethereum too with the group because it was a more stable trade. I didn't even think about it. And the way it was set up, it's like we knew it was going to happen. Everything that I put down, I feel like is going to happen. And then if it doesn't, it's more of an indictment on the market and something going horribly wrong. Like earlier, a lot of people, I don't know what happened in gold, but gold had a surge earlier in like a 12-minute span. It went up like $50 right there. It just had this incredible reversal. And I don't know what that was all about, but it almost seems like it was who knows? But that was an incredible, like, it was like over an hour you've seen it go from almost up like 3,300 area, 3,310, all the way up to almost 3,400. And then right back down to 3,330 in like a matter of 25-30 minutes. It was like crazy. And then silver had an almost equal movement. It came all the way down to 37, but it took a little longer. But it came all the way down to like 37.40 area. Then all of a sudden pops up to 38. Now it's pretty stable. But it could be building up this momentum back up, almost looks like. We'll see. US dollar still under 100. It's been for a couple weeks now. I don't remember the last time that we had a sustained run under 100 in US dollar. It's been a while. So we'll see. I'm sorry I don't have a position in IOTA. I forgot we sold that in the group. My mistake. I forgot I sold that position. Forgot there was some uneasiness, so I just sold out everything on the one day and then rebought it back what I wanted yesterday. After a few shuffling. So in fact, I do not have IOTA. I'm gonna have to revisit that. I was looking through my phone. I'm like, you do not have it, you dummy. Everything's doing what I want it to do right now. I'm not going to lie. Everything is doing what I want it to do. From the earlier live to now, I'm very happy. Couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. This will probably be the last live of the day because of my son. Unless I do one like today. If I did one today, it would be the 11 p.m., 12 a.m. style live. So if there's some action, you know me, I like to be here. So... You know, I didn't know how long I would do this live. I was just going to do an update. And I'm like, you know, even if I do a half-hour live, it's better than doing a 20-minute update because then we're in real time. So right now we're just watching XRP. Watching the rest, but mainly XRP to see if it can push over. It's right around, I want to say it's between that, where's this at? 303. So if we can hold 303 and then bounce back, that's a breakout of this pattern. And if we hold that, we're going to come up to 332. And go to XRPFutureMillionaire.com. Use my chart on here. It's a dedicated server. It doesn't cost anything. It's easier to use. It's the TradingView chart. But the way I integrated this in a dedicated server, it's a live API. So it updates every second on the second, 24/7. It's not just XRP, and I have it set for the market cap chart so that you can see all the information about the market cap. And then all you have to do, first thing I would tell you, if you want to go to the XRP chart, you don't even have to type anything. Just go to XRP and find your USD chart that you want. We'll just go to spot crypto. And then what I would advise you to do is go to indicators, and the volume I have on here automatically. Although I should go to one that's going to show you the volume, because this is just, let me go to a regular chart. I don't want to explain the difference, but there are differences. So see how the volume's on there? That goes automatically. That's a feature that I have automatically on here. You can't take that off. I did that for a reason, because I think volume's important. Now you can have two more on here at the same time besides that. So I suggest you go to moving average, convergence, divergence, and you start to look at the flow. See how the flow stayed green on XRP? And even when it wasn't dark green, it was a light green. It might have flowed down, but it wasn't red pouring in. We've seen that we were coming to a culmination, and now look, we're having the explosive breakout. The RS, or the moving average convergence divergence, is agreeing with us right now. We're having a surge in that green volume now. And this is a monthly, so it's not over yet. We still got a lot of time in this monthly candle. Isn't this the monthly? Let me make sure it didn't switch it on me. I don't want either of those. Which one was it on? Yeah, that's the monthly. I was going to say, just got to make sure. So you got the monthly. And on this, it's easier than TradingView because you say you have all the features. It's TradingView, but it's easier because it's all opened up for you, every single thing. So you're not going to see it like on mine, how I can only go out into the monthly. I can go out farther, but you got to go deeper into the advanced settings. This is right here for you. So like in the 6 month, look at that money flow. Like look at the flow. Like when you look at this, that's not bad, guys. This is very, very bullish. Very, very bullish right now. And then take it one step farther. So let's go into the daily. But let's take this one step farther. And one step farther. Put on the RSI as well. That's the is he all good, Julie? You doing okay, T? But that's the relative strength index. And put that on, and it's going to let you know, where the strength, where the, and we're in overbought right now. But this is often what ends up happening when you have the big surge at the end. So I think we're trying to push that 332. It's the right time. We'll see if we get the steam with us. We're at 304.65, and this is a very exciting time. It truly is. I know people leave when I start to show a little bit deeper, but that's some of the things that you can use on your own time too that'll help. It'll help. And that's a very positive flow right now. Very positive. So all we can do is wait as we retest here, but that's a very positive flow. Papa Wheelie says, Tom got some nice entries. Good, good, good. And I see top fans here. We've got 48 of you here. Obviously, I'm not going to read all 48. I'll read the top 3. And we've got, it's, here, let me restart this because I got to get it up to date. Too many people were tied. And now it's probably updated. Let's see right here. Alright, let's go here. Okay. I guess a few of you are tied. So, It's an Illusion, Steven, Adam, Dan, Papa Wheelie, Summit Pro, Clambellies, CB, Define Group, and Bassman. Thank you all for being the #1 top fan. You're all tied for #1. So, you get #1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. So, thank you for that. It's showing the top fans now. Excellent. I tried to make it public, but it didn't end up showing up when I went into settings in the live last time. Maybe it was delayed. Well, that's good to know. That is really cool to know. I love it. I do love that with the top fans. Let's see. Looking strong. CJ2 Pilot, welcome in. Thanks for being in Town Zone for over 1 year. Shane, thanks for being in Town Zone for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, along with Texas Papa. Appreciate that. XRP between 307 and 316. I don't see it going all the way to 330. Well, I'm just saying the technical target that it created. Whether it goes there or not, nobody really knows. I'm not debating that point where it can go. But I appreciate your input. I'm just saying the target that was created, just like what I put for all the other ones that have hit it, I wasn't debating whether or not it could get there. I'm just saying that's not my opinion. This is just, I did the same thing with Ethereum and it got to its target. It didn't look like it earlier, did it? But it ended up getting there. I just play out the technical targets. Now, we did get to 306, so if XRP rolls over, technically, like, that's our resistance, the first resistance on the chart. But our technical target tells us we should go higher to 332. It's just a technical target. They don't always play out. It's what was created on the breakout. So that's what I'm looking at. It's the exact same thing I did with the rest. XRP did not invalidate that push. And we've just been playing off of it, and it's still running. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. If I was a betting man, I would say building up all this steam, how the rest of the market has, it's probably got a good shot to get back up there. We'll see. All we can do is wait. I'm just glad it's back over $3 if for a moment. It feels different when we can tell the skeptics when they say something about XRP. And they're like, oh, your price never moves. Oh, yeah. You're right. I bought it at 34 cents in 23. And here we are in 25 and it's at $3.03. But it never moves. Or $3.04. That means what I bought was valued at $3,400 in 23. And now it's worth $30,000. Isn't the dollar being devalued? Isn't everything becoming more expensive? Isn't everybody losing money hand over fist and using credit cards? But you're telling me I could have put $3,000 of my budget away and just let it sit for a year and a half in XRP and now it's worth 30 grand? I would say that's a lot different than something not moving. Like, let's just be real. So it's like in my own head, I just want to say cut the shit. But in my front of my head, I'm like, you know what? I mean, that's a mindset that there's nothing we as a community can do. There's nothing I can personally do for somebody who has a mindset like that. My own mom has that mindset. So if you think that, I'm judging you, I'm not. It's just, we're all stuck in the 30-second moment. This last 8 days, I've made more money in the crypto market in the last 8 days. I can't think of another period that's been this profitable. I don't even know how to explain it. My jaw is still on the floor. And now one of my eyes has followed it. Good thing it was my left eye because I can't see out of it anyhow. So, but that's where we're at right now. And I'm starting to realize the value because of not just the group trading, but because of what we're doing. The value in actually scoping out just a move that's been building. And right now we're just playing that golden cross in the 4-hourly, nothing less. Yes, we played it before that golden cross even happened. And now it's the next step. We back tested and now we wait. We sit. We hunt. We're hunting. When everybody's becoming fearful, we are not. Because that's when the money's made, when there's fear. So many people were shorting the market. I said, this is astounding on Friday. These people are out of their mind. They're all going to get shredded. And what happened? They got shredded. Then what happened yesterday? For some ungodly reason, everybody decides to go short again. Like, there was overwhelming shorts, and we're like, well, looks like we're going up, and it's going to confirm our targets, and they're helping us. So thank you. Keep taking shorts out, please. You become liquidity to help these moves happen. And I don't want my audience to do it, but I'm just saying, if you want to help us out a bit, you can take out a short yourself. But it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And ACH, I seen somebody say, do you have your position? Yes, it's a group position, but I'm not talking about that here. But it's still open. File is waiting for the same move, but ACH is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. We've just been waiting and waiting, and this is the same kind of target that I have. Now, these are different than XRP because these are just from this level, and I understand XRP is going to have a continuation, but it's a step ahead of these. XRP is in another stratosphere. That's why I feel like some of these that are far behind, Like File and Theta are clearly part of the IoT, and I don't care if somebody says File's old tech. They're all old tech. Look at some of these piles of shit when you actually look deeper into it. Like, come on. They're all fucking... If it was circa 2013, they're old fucking tech. You can upgrade them all you want. They're still this... Filecoin gets such a bad rap. I think it's by design. I just think a lot of people don't understand that it's a very vital part of the new Internet of Things. Maybe one of the most important parts of the new Internet. Or the Internet of Things, if you want to put it in that regard. So, we're waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. You're all waiting for this. And one time I'm going to come back here and say, hey guys, finally we finished off that 12% move and we're sitting up here. I'm just hoping it shoots past it. And we're talking about like a very large move because this is secretly what I'm hoping for. I can't talk about this because I don't want anybody to have false expectations. Nor do I want to be the reason why somebody jumps off a cliff when it goes the wrong way. But in my own personal... What could happen here? We all know it could happen. See, I put all those resistance in front of you for a reason, so I can show you. This is only a diagram. This is only a potential. It doesn't mean this is going to happen. I'm not telling you to buy your whole life savings into this. This is just for example. But for example, what could be building here and why I love this token, a hypothetical, as Julie says, but more of a foreshadowing event. We came around. Oh, we came around and now we're rounding. But where are we rounding from? Wow, I'm glad you asked. Down, up, around, up, around. So now we come around, which means if we're layering this out, I've shown you now that I've shown you the blueprint. So it's either when this is ready, and let me delete this. It's either when we're ready, ACH is going to do one of two things, or three things, or all three. Step by step by step. Coming around. Rounding the bottom. As we can see, we're rounding the bottom. Target 1, 3.3. Back test. Create cup and handle. Break out. Target 2, 4.0. Come out. Create nice flag. Go up. Ultimate target, 5.6. If that's a big cup that'll eventually be filled, so you could have the dual side cup and handle, which is very bullish. Imagine this looks like this at the end before it ends up breaking out. Now imagine the other side is also got its own little, so it's almost like you built up, created the cup, have a back, you know, the handle on the other side. If we create this whole thing, this is going to be so super bullish that this is going to go way up to 9.4 cents. And that's where I'm ultimately angling for. So, and I'm not saying it's going to happen all at once, but that's if this plays out, what could end up happening. But I don't like in my own head to start doing everything. So what I do, and I'll keep that up there and we'll see what happens over time. But I like to keep it to the next move. So when somebody asks me, this is all I'm looking at. I don't care about what could happen 10 months, 6 months, 2 years from now. I care what can happen today, tomorrow, this week. While also having a focus on the macro as well. But no, you can't predict the macro without understanding the micro every single day. You can't. How could you possibly make a long-term prediction if you can't understand the intraday workings? It's impossible. Those are the kind of people that just make a prediction baseless. So I'm looking at this next move. If it doesn't happen in this triple tops, well, it was a fun ride, and we'll see in a few weeks. And it would suck, but sometimes it happens that way. But I don't think it's going to happen that way. Like I said, I think these are going to play out. I think. Some of them already have, but some of them haven't. We've made money on the ones that have played out, but the ones that haven't are very desirable here. Very desirable, in my opinion. Laugh out loud, he sold. Who sold, Mr. Towley? I'm trying to figure out, 2, 3, oh, you're talking about the, I'm assuming you're talking about the person who said that they sold. Yes, I love that it's showing the top fans. I do love that. Hey, Tom, I think I see a rising wedge. Yeah, it could be. Could be. But you really can't tell yet. It's more of like a rising, I don't know if I'd call it a wedge, so to say. Could be. And if it is, it would line up perfectly for that upper area. I don't know. It could be. You know, that's why I said I don't know. We got to see if it holds $3. If it doesn't hold $3, it's going to invalidate the possibility for a run, the 332 at least in the short term. But you know, I think it wants to run through. Well, I don't know. It's not what I think. It's what it's showing on the analysis. But I agree that $3.06 is a huge, massive resistance. So we're going to learn a lot here at this point, in my opinion. This should be a spot where we learn a lot about this pattern. Because now that but it's good to be over $3. We would like to close over $3. But this is a big part of the pattern where we're going to learn a lot. An awful lot. I'm intrigued. I want to see if we finish this next part. So far, Ethereum and Bitcoin are doing exactly what they need to do on the back test. So we'll see. Yeah, ACH is looking pretty good right now, Steven. I must agree. 348, the Genius Act just got rugged. I wasn't paying attention to that. That should be interesting. Genius Act. I don't know what. That's not. Justin, the House vote passes to advance the 3 crypto bills: Genius Act, Clarity Act, and Anti-CBDC Act. So I don't know. I didn't see that. I only seen the advancement. No, I don't want to create a. I don't even know what my pull for. I don't know what it is. Yeah, no, I'm not interested. I don't know if anybody has a source. I would appreciate it, so I don't have to keep looking. I'm a huge fan of Filecoin as well. I'm a massive fan. Like, my ginormous fan. So I'm all for sitting in it as long as it takes. The other one that I really like, and it's in that same fundamental setup as VeChain. I think VeChain's getting ready as well, and that's the one that I'm probably gonna gain some exposure to. And what I'm doing, and you don't have to, it's not me. You're not me, I'm not you. But I'm riding these until the structure were to break down. Now, I think these are going to personally break out. I do. In the golden cross here. I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that they're going to rug it on this little pull up. Now, maybe after they have this little push up here for 10 to 20%, maybe. But at least for this step, it seems cemented. But until they move, how can you really be sure? What was that? But you really can never be sure. He's not in there. Oh. Oh, you might have to press the ice or whatever, the cold. Man, they're so close. I can feel it. Oh, okay. The timer? Yeah. Clever little man. Julie, it's been 40 minutes, so I'm almost done. Okay. I know you're not rushing me.
I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
You got
Once it started storming, you could tell that he was like, I don't think so. Oh yeah, Amp big time getting ready. Amp's, I think Amp's getting ready too. That's another one. And it, huh? That's okay. We can have a night tonight, Julie. You know how I look forward to it. We did it last night. It was nice. How much Amp do I have? I have 1,046,000 tokens. That's a pretty good exposure. I've got to look at something. Amp is ready. Casper's ready. I'm telling you, I'm trying to foreshadow you guys into these moves. Not that I'm saying you got to make them. I'm saying I'm trying to foreshadow you into what can be coming with some of these in these golden cross areas. And I have to remind myself that not everybody sees what I see, so it's like, how can you not see this? Look at that. Golden cross on XRP Healthcare, same. Came down and liquidated a lot of, they got the liquidation candle. Nice flag set up. I mean, this looks like it's going to cook as well. Oh, man. I got a feeling it's gonna be a good day. It's like, I even said in the last 2 lives, just let me cook. Because I felt like we were going to cook here and you just had to listen. So many people are objecting to what I'm saying. It's like, I am who I am for a reason. You watch me for a reason. And I leave everybody's mouth hanging open for a reason all the time. And now it's just another example of what's happening. It's like, hopefully some of these that haven't pushed out yet do, and we can culminate this with a fucking fantastic midweek. I'm just seeing dollar signs, folks. I am seeing ultimate dollar signs. I can't even lie. Give me the dollar. But you gotta have the wherewithal to push through it in these moments, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. And then, just study the charts and start watching. You can hear my tone on a day-to-day basis. There was a video about 5 days ago when I started laughing in the short, and everybody knew we were about to pump. I don't even have to say anything. If you're part of the community, you just know. I'm real. I make it pretty obvious when I think it's gonna be good. And the last couple of days, it's been zero shake, zero fear, and I'm just waiting. So I said traders are going to cost themselves during this move up, and the ones who just sit there and wait it out, the ups and downs, are going to be happy. So far, so good. If Ethereum pushes over 3,400 and keeps going, look out. That's all I'm going to say. Look out. Okay. Adam, it is phone friendly, but it's so small on your phone. Go to my website. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Go to the website, and you can use TradingView on my website, but it's going to give you the full freaking screen. And it looks way better as far as when you're on your phone, and you're going to get every detail known to man if you just do it. And it makes it easy. You can just hit the indicator and actually type in the MACD instead of having to search through your phone. And you can support me along the way. I accidentally hit it twice. It's all free. I paid for this myself. I don't want anything. I just want the ease for the community, and it's just something that I had an idea with and I rolled with, and it's taken like 2 months to try to finish this shit. But it's basically done. Well, look, we're cooking right now. And then somebody asked me, if I'm not an XLM, what do I do? Well, I mean, you're just in no man's land. It's not no man's land, but it is. After a big run up like that, I see other spots where you could go where I feel like at least I'm more comfortable with the breakout, even though XLM probably will. You've got other ones that are on the verge of a move that XLM's already made. And once these start cooking, we don't know when they stop. You know, we don't know how high they can go. I don't know. But we talked about some of these things that developed earlier. And then if you go into the weekly and look farther back, like look how big the cup actually is. I didn't go all the way up to here, did I? I showed you up to 9.4. I didn't show you all the way to the top. So I just showed you because this dropped down and then we had a wick here and I used that as my baseline. So there's a lot of potential here, folks. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And we haven't got out of here in so long that when it does, it's going to have a lot of pent-up aggression. FIO is going to have a lot of pent-up aggression. Theta is going to have a lot of pent-up aggression. Data is going to have a lot of pent-up aggression. So I keep pushing them. ZBOC I like to have just in case. It's got a huge inverse head and shoulders, but it's already gotten rid of a lot of that pent-up aggression on the prior move. Data has so much pent-up aggression that it's going to be scary when it breaks out. See, ZBCN already got some of that pent-out aggression out a couple of times, and we were all for it. We were part of it. Hold on one sec. How you doing? That's the case you guys gave me last week. I put the last thing or this thing. I hope I gave that when you guys did this week. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give it back just so you guys would have the case because I know those are a little expensive.
Yeah, we do definitely need to charge you as the same price.
Okay.
And then
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Sorry, guys, my milk just got delivered. Oh, you heard that right. I get my milk delivered from the milkman, see? Comes in the old glass. Okay. But guys, real quick while we're all together, because we never know what can happen. We know some in the community suffered heartbreak and loss. Tanya, if you're watching, I hope you're having some kind of solace today. She puts to rest her best friend who died in a car accident just the other day. So you're in our thoughts and prayers. Everybody who's watching, thank you so much for giving me a voice. Thank you for believing in me. Everybody who does follow my trades, thank you so much, as we're up significantly. I'm up personally almost, what, $3,700 in the group trading in the last 6 days, 7 days. The people who are following me are up like $14,000 collectively in the last week when we started. And it's just been a special venture. Thank you everybody who watches and who's part of the community, who's part of Tom's Army, and who's sent YouTube super chats, who's, allowed me to get to 45,000 subscribers and push through. I want to salute all of you. I'm giving them a little salute.
You step back.
So this is a small shot of Jack Daniels, but I wanted to salute the audience, and it's going to go, but I wanted to salute the audience before I go, and we'll look at a couple others still. I still got about 10 minutes or so, but salute to all of you. Okay. There's really nothing in there. Julie out of Virtue, you might have to have a pop. Oh no, you just had that. I can have water. That doesn't taste very good. I like the cinnamon one better when we got it like 2 years ago or a year ago. Yeah, this is right now Ethereum's at the technical target of this move. So this is what we were waiting to build. So now what the hell is going on with Trading View today? It's so annoying. It's had a lot of issues, but there's probably a lot of people using it on the app version. When I do it on my website, it doesn't have an issue. Just another reason to use it. But Ethereum, we had to target at 3,403, and it's there on the nuts right now. And then if it can hold that, we have higher moves, but that was the initial target out of this breakout that we've had measured. So now it filled that, but it looks like it could power through it. And if it does, it'll have the next layer would be 37, but then ultimately it should come up to 4,000. So we should still have a lot of room here. It's just, where do we consolidate at? Or do we just push up? Because some of them have not had their move yet. So we're just going to have to wait and see if it pans out. But we're winding down here. I want to say thank you to the rest of the people. Look at a couple others as we float out of here. But thank you so much, Joseph Euler, for the $20 donation. And also being part of Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XP Predictor. Says, you are the man, Tom. No, no, no. You are the man because you are in Tom's Army for over 6 months. And you sent a YouTube super chat to support my work, allowing me to do what I do. So I appreciate it. It's a group effort at the end of the day. It's a group effort. But now we're going to have to watch. Ethereum's up 7%. I really would like to see ACH, File, and Theta make this move. This is like, they're so pent up. This is like loading them up on Viagra and just waiting for them to explode eventually here. It's either their dick is going to explode or they're going to get the release they're looking for. And right now, that's where we're at. Like, we're literally at that point. This baby's in heat. Let it go. Right, Julie? Let it go. Michael Voltage, welcome in. Vajtaj, welcome in. And thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge. Love seeing that you're in here. The world's a small world because he actually was friends with my uncle and he knew the crooks who passed away now, the mom and dad. A few years ago now. But right across the street from my grandpa's house. So, small world. And they all know, well, when we went to the funerals and stuff, everybody, it's just funny how everybody knew you, and they're all surprised I knew you. And it's like, it's a small world, guys. Small world. But yeah, we're just waiting. We got a lot of stuff we're waiting for. Algo is definitely set up in an opportunistic spot because it looks like it's getting ready to take that next step. It broke out of that 4 hourly already. And the move that we're waiting for on the other one, so basically, the ones that we keep talking about are right here. Like when Algo was at 18 cents. So like ACH, Theta, File, Casper, ICP, Filecoin, what's the other one? Excellent. There's one more. I should remember this. What the hell was the other one? AMP is the other one too. They're all in that exact same formation. And where they're at, it's like where Algo was at 18 cents to put it in perspective. So they have a lot of upward potential here. I mean, when I say a lot, massive. So assume that Algo was still here and look what it did. So that's what we're waiting for. But Algo, if it breaks out of this now, I mean, it created another little, I mean, you could technically measure this out, and if it breaks out, it's giving itself another higher target. So, I mean, you can keep moving it up the ladder here. I mean, it's getting close to pushing out of here. But the next layer is going to be somewhere over here. Around 32, I would say. I would say probably around 32. Don't use this as a measurement. That's just like a... I would say probably looking to get past the 32... Somewhere around the 32, 33 cent area next. But that's if we push out. But it could get all the way up to like 35. But ultimately, I think this is coming up to 57 in time. It's just how long does it take? I can see this all appreciating pretty damn quickly. Just like IOTA, I think don't overlook IOTA. And to put it in perspective, like we talked about Axelar and Alchemy Pay and Filecoin and Theta and AMP and ICP and some of the others, they're all in that same fundamental setup as this was with IOTA before IOTA finally broke out of the Golden Cross. And that's like IOTA being, sub 18 cents. That's like IOTA being somewhere back here at 17, 18 cents. Now, it's playing on the next move. And this is a big one. This is where if you make this move, you start to open up the door to a little bit higher numbers and you start to ladder yourself up. So the next time it's going to be 25. And now we're at 22. So now we went from 17 to 22 to 25. So it starts to increase and appreciate. But that's another one that's above the ladder, the levels that we've talked about. That's why I'm so focused on Alchemy Pay. Still hasn't broken out of that Golden Cross yet. We're still on that level we just talked about of the other two, on IOTA and Algo. Filecoin, same thing. Still working off the Golden Cross. Theta, same thing. Still working off the Golden Cross, that initial move. Data is working off the pattern breakout, Golden Cross retest with a lot of pent-up aggression here, which could have the biggest move of them all. I see a MXC and ZBEC-like move, how they had the 4 to 6X built within. I see the same thing with Data. That's why I've been targeting it for so long. VeChain has the same setup. I keep forgetting to say it, but it's also in that Golden Cross backtest for the breakout. And these do inhibit at a 13 to 25% move. It just depends which one we're talking about and how big the push is. Axelar has that same backtest with the Golden Cross. Casper has the same thing, just had the Golden Cross backtest, same exact thing. And then AMP backtest the Golden Cross, trying to break out as we speak. The target of this one, I don't know why I don't have it on here. And these are just short targets. These are not the end result. These are the short target. So you would have right around 0041. But AMP is very well known for having 2, 3, 4, 500% moves within a 2 to 3 day period very quickly when it finally moves after a very lengthy downturn. And then it's still down 90% from the initial drop, but because it dropped so far, if you bought the very, 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 very bottom, you can move 2, 3, 400% almost immediately. And I think we're setting up something pretty nice here. It's got, even if it only comes up to there and gets washed, that's about 7%. That doesn't seem big enough. Oh, I did it in the 4-hourly. I know, that's right, because this hasn't made the next push to give us that bigger target. So yeah, this is right. That's right. Although, I would say it's going to be hunting out the daily. So, yeah, you might have 6-8% to get up to where I said for the short target. But it's going to hunt that daily. Every single one of those, if they break out of the Golden Cross, will come up to the 200-day in the daily. How long, nobody knows. But I'm going to end this, guys. I have to end this. Julie's here waiting for me. My son keeps going back and forth. So, thank you all so much. Have a blessed day. Hopefully we'll talk again soon. I'm proud of where we're at. I'm proud of the way we do this. I'm proud of the fact that we believe in ourselves. Theta's up 3.7% here all of a sudden now. So it's starting to get a push up here towards the end of this live. I'm proud of everybody who has faith in me for what we do. And since we're at the very end and most people left, I will say one thing about if you want to copy trade, you got to go into the Telegram and follow. It has step-by-step instructions on what you need to do, how you do it. We have an area for we have a help desk. We have the step-by-step copy trade setup. We have the group swing trading setup, the daily setup group. This isn't easy money. You all have to be a part of it. Yes, it seems like this. I don't want. It is what it is. The performance right now, I'm personally up $3,695 since I started our copy trading last Thursday or Wednesday. That's our copy trading. That doesn't have to do with the rest of my portfolio. The group is currently up $13,459. I am not lying. That is actually what's going on. So if you want to be a part of it, this is the only time I'm going to talk about it. But don't just follow and think that you're just going to get a, you know, we have this happen all the time. You have to be a part of this. So what I do is I kind of force it on you in my settings on this. I have it set now to only exclusive to partners referral. So don't go on TradingView and try to follow me. I mean, don't go on BITUNIX and type in XRP Future Millionaire. You won't be able to follow me. It's exclusive to the link I'm sharing in my Telegram on my page here. It's exclusive. So that is the only way to get it. If you join it, you join it. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm trying to create a little bit of not only accountability, but a little bit of togetherness here for all of us. You know, I want to create a component of we can do this together and we can all make money together. I can't trade every one of my trades with all of you, because if I showed you all of my trades, you'd lose your fucking minds. And the way I do it, but come on, I have a very deep knowledge of what I'm doing over and above most people. So this is all I do. This is all I do. Hands down, this is all I do. I do what I do with the community for work, but I don't do anything else. This is what I focus on, trading and investing and things like that. You can click on the link there to join. That's just as good. And once you join on that link, then you can type in through the search bar and you will be, because that's my private link. So that will work. All this other stuff if you want to use it, but I encourage you with BITUNIX, Telegrams in there, my personal webpage, how to get there. And then other than that, let's see. I think that's everything. I got my milk delivered, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, very happy about that. So, and then as I'm walking out, here's my son because he's going to want me to get off. T, I'm logging off right now, buddy. Where's this at? But this is basically what it looks like. What's this? Oh, that's my amp position. Never mind. Yeah, no, that's it. I feel good. You guys heard everything you need to know. You've seen everything you need to see, and the rest of it, it's like